you some more reasons why his name was great. And I want to hear a little bit what he was talking about being contaminated. How Ishmael, was Ishmael a curse or a blessing?
Wasn't he a man?
Huh?
Could he have been a mixture?
Yeah, he was a curse because he wasn't the promised son that God promised
Okay.
Sarah and Abraham, but he was still blessed because he was still
From Abraham. All right. Okay. So, and when he was saying about contamination, how was that contamination? You know, how would that be disobedience? Because he did what? I mean, it's something simple, but y'all need to know. Say what he did. He disobeyed God and did what? What did he do?
Did what he felt like was right.
Okay, but what was that? What did he do? How did Ishmael come about?
He got with another woman.
He slept with who?
The wife?
The handmaid, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Hagar.
Yeah. Slept with the handmaid, right? Right? But that wasn't what he was supposed to do. Listen, that wasn't what he was supposed to do, right? Okay? But why did he do that? I want to bring that out. Why did he do that? Do y'all know the story? Did she seduce him? Did she seduce him? Come on. Anybody know? Tell me. Did Hagar, did the handmaid, did she seduce Abraham?
No. Sarah said that he could go ahead and do it.
Right. So.
That's my old Sunday school.
So, listen. So, I want to bring this out because it's very important that you understand. All right, about Ishmael. Ishmael came about because God told Abraham that he was going to have a what? A son, right? And then what happened? Abraham and Sarah started getting real old. Come on, y'all. You remember? They were starting to get real old, and then they started losing faith, right? She started losing faith, but she still believed God. But she started losing faith because she's like, I'm getting old, so I know I can't have no kids. So Sarah began to think she's gonna help God out by doing what? Sending Abraham in, well, sending the handmaid in with who? Abraham, and then they conceived a son, right? But that was not the promised son. Okay? That was not the promised son. But was he still a blessing? Did God still use Ishmael? He still used him. All right? He still used him, but he was not the promised son. Okay? So, later on down the line, what ended up happening? After Ishmael, what happened?
Isaac came.
Okay, Isaac came. All right, so he lay with Sarah, and she got pregnant. And anybody know how old she was?
She was like 99.
She was in her 90s, I thought, right, John?
90.
She was in her 90s.
He was
Okay.
like 110.
All right. So the point is, if God says He's gonna do something, He's gonna do it. All right. We have to wait on God to do what He says He's gonna do. Okay. Now let's make this a lesson. Now we talk about being called by God. So if God called you and He tells you that He's gonna do something, like He did with Abraham, He told him He's gonna make him a father of many nations, right? He told him that his name is gonna be great. And what else did that verse say? He told him He was gonna bless him, right? All right. And I will bless him. And He told him that He was even gonna bless the people that blessed him. So that means if you came in contact with Abraham and you blessed Abraham, you gave him a goat or whatever you did, gave him some food, gave him a place to stay, because you blessed him, God was going to bless you. And then, but if you was mean to him, trying to take stuff from him, stuff like that, God was going to do what? He was going to curse you. So that goes back, let's bring it into today's time. Okay? Now, if you're being a blessing to somebody, you think God's going to be happy with that? But if you hating on people, right? Calling people out their name, cursing at them, doing ill things to them, talking about them. You think God likes that? You think God's going to bless you? He could. But do you really think He's going to bless you? No. Okay, now, back into the lesson again. God called Abraham. God has called many of us. Some of us don't even know we're called. But we're called to do a great work in the ministry. All right? Even though y'all young, 18 to 16, right? 16, 18 up here. You ain't 16. How old are you? Oh, yeah, this is Sunday school. So Sunday school is 15, right?
13.
Oh, Sunday school is 13 to 18. Okay. Okay. But anyway, so many of you are called for a purpose. All right? Do anyone in here know their purpose? Know why God called you? One person better raise their hand in the air. Okay, but you do know. Right? Now, and in order to get a full understanding, can I fully explain to Marquise what he's called to do? Who's going to give him that understanding? God. Okay? And just like Marquise, when you begin to allow God to minister to you and open up your understanding, you will understand why God has called you and what your ministry is. Okay? All right? So, I ask this question almost every Sunday school every time I teach y'all. Why are y'all here? Besides because your mom and dad made you. Does anybody come here to experience God? Experience God, experience a move of God, want to get closer to God? Why do y'all come here? Because some of y'all be sitting here, and I'll be watching y'all in church too. Some of y'all just be sitting, and y'all mind be 7 places. Y'all ain't even locked into nothing that's going on around you. I mean, it's just like y'all just block out everything. Y'all block out the praise and the work. Y'all block out everything. Right? So why are you here then? So really, are y'all just here do you want to be a blessing to somebody? Do you want to bless God? Many are called, all of us are called, but only a few of us are chosen. Right? Right? So when you're called, you got to stand up and do what you're called to do, right? Right? You think there's a call in your life? You do? What do you think? You know, I don't like this yes or no answer. You have to elaborate for me. Huh?
He over here whispering, speaking to the microphone.
I heard him say yes. I heard him say yes. Huh? You don't know? You just believe it, huh? You just know. Does anybody feel different when they come to church? Huh? Tell the truth. I'm honest. You feel a little different? Do you just feel different on Sunday? Do you feel different on Wednesdays? Do you feel different on Tuesday? Huh? You feel different on Sundays? Okay. Because, there's this tradition, that say when you come to church, you're going to be this, you should feel this, you should feel that. And that's kind of true. But ultimately, why you come to church is to what? What's the ultimate reason why you come to church? Huh? Give God praise. Okay, it's more than one reason. What else? To learn more about Him. In the church? Okay, yes. Yes, the pastor and preachers, they do spread the gospel. Anybody else? Huh? Okay, to build a relationship with God. Anybody else? Let me get down there. From J. Montana, one of y'all down there. Jonathan? Huh? Oh. Anybody else? Experience the move of God. J. Mont? Yeah. You just come, huh? You just come to church. Sometimes? What about other times? Do you enjoy playing instruments? Why? Does it make you feel good? Yeah?